When people hear Mauritius, they imagine one thing: white beaches, luxury resorts, a perfect island escape. But that image is incomplete, because Mauritius isn't just beautiful, it's unexpected. What shocked us wasn't how stunning this island is, it was how much history, conflict, and contradiction hides behind the postcard. How the very soil seems to whisper stories of arrival, struggle, and convergence. And once you see it, Mauritius feels very different. The luxury becomes a veneer. The real discovery begins beneath it. 1. An island with no original people. Here's something most people don't know. Mauritius had no native human population, no ancient civilization, no buried cities, no ancestral monuments, no mythic founders, no original inhabitants, no indigenous population to claim we were here first. Every person on this island arrived from somewhere else, each wave a product of exploration, exploitation, or hope. Africa, Asia, Europe, sailors, enslaved people, colonists, indentured laborers, merchants, all cast upon these shores. That alone changes everything. It means Mauritius has no single deep-rooted cultural heart. Its identity is entirely synthetic, assembled. Mauritius wasn't shaped by one culture. It was built from many, layered on top of each other, like geological strata, but of people. Dutch foundations, French masonry, British frameworks, and African and Asian infill. And that history isn't always comfortable. Layering implies pressure, displacement, and friction. 2. Paradise built on painful beginnings. For centuries, Mauritius was a strategic prize. A tiny dot on the map became a crucial pawn in the game of empires, coveted for its position on the Indian Ocean trade routes. Colonizers came and went. The Dutch claimed it, then abandoned it. The French developed it, then lost it. The British took it and kept it. Empires fought over it. And with them came slavery. The island's development was powered by brutal, forced migration from Madagascar and mainland Africa. People were forced here, not by choice, to work the land, build plantations, and fuel global trade, to clear forests, plant sugarcane, and build the economic engine that would define the island for centuries. Their freedom was the price of Mauritius's foundation. Here's the contrast that feels unsettling. What's now marketed as paradise was once a place of suffering. The same vistas that now grace travel brochures were once the backdrop to immense human anguish. The beaches didn't change. The sand is the same sand. The waves break on the same shore. The story did. And that's only the beginning, because the end of one painful system simply made way for another complex chapter. 3. How Mauritius became something rare. After slavery ended, a new wave arrived. Indentured laborers, many from India, brought languages, religions, food, and traditions. Hundreds of thousands came under contract, bringing Hindu deities, Bhojpuri folk songs, the scent of cumin and curry leaves, and the architecture of temples. Instead of one culture replacing another, something unusual happened. They coexisted. Today, Mauritius is one of the most culturally diverse places on Earth. Walking its streets is a global tour. The call to prayer from a mosque, the scent of Bhojpuri from a street vendor, the sight of a Hindu Kavadi procession, the sound of Sega music with African rhythms. Temples, mosques, churches, and festivals exist side by side, not perfectly, but peacefully. You won't find utopian harmony, but you will find a functional daily respect. Public holidays celebrate every major religion. That's rare. And it didn't happen by accident. It was forged through necessity, political pragmatism, and a collective understanding that no one group could claim primacy. 4. The quiet success no one talks about. Mauritius doesn't dominate headlines, and that might be why it works. Its stability is unspectacular, and thus often overlooked. It built stability slowly, through incremental political deals, power sharing, and a focus on economic development that lifted many boats. Focused on education, investing in a multilingual, multi-ethnic populace that could navigate the global economy. Invested in coexistence, making pluralism a matter of national policy and everyday civic life. In a world where diversity often creates division, Mauritius quietly did something different. It made it normal, Not an ideology to shout about, but a practical reality to live. If you're drawn to places that look familiar, that offer the comfort of a beautiful image, but reveal something deeper the longer you stay, a complexity that challenges and enriches your understanding, subscribe. This channel explores destinations beyond the postcard. We look for the story behind the scenery. 5. An island shaped by nature's violence. Mauritius looks calm, but it wasn't always gentle. This island was born from volcanic fire. It is the tip of a massive dormant submarine volcano that erupted millions of years ago, pushing this land violently into existence. Shaped by cyclones, furious seasonal storms that reshape coastlines and test the resilience of everything built here. Surrounded by unpredictable ocean currents, the same waters that brought explorers and traders can become a treacherous moat. What's shocking is how fragile it actually is. Coral reefs protect the coast. When they weaken, the island feels it. Erosion increases, the lagoons lose their color and marine life, and the very foundation of its tourism economy is threatened. Paradise here survives on balance, not perfection. And then there's what Mauritius lost forever, a legacy of impact that cannot be undone. 6. The creature that never escaped. Mauritius is where the dodo lived, a bird with no fear of humans. It waddled up to sailors with curiosity, not caution. No predators, no escape. Within decades of human arrival, it was gone. Hunted by sailors, outcompeted by introduced species like rats and pigs, its habitat destroyed. By the late 17th century, it was extinct. The dodo became a symbol of extinction, a cartoonish mascot for oblivion. But the real lesson is deeper. Mauritius was one of the first places to show what happens when nature meets unchecked human impact. It was a preview, a miniature laboratory for the global pattern of colonization and ecological disregard. That lesson still matters today, as the island now works to protect its remaining endemic species, like the echo parakeet. The dodo stands as a permanent ghost, a reminder of fragility. 7. Why Mauritius feels different. What surprises most visitors isn't luxury. It's normal life, the vibrant, uncurated reality that exists beyond the resort gates. Markets, neighborhoods, people who don't perform culture. They live it. Their faith, their food, their language, their family structures aren't for show. They are the unself-conscious fabric of daily existence. Mauritius doesn't feel like a resort island. It is not a themed park of relaxation. It feels like a country that happens to be beautiful, a real, functioning, complicated society with traffic, politics, schools, and dreams, which is also blessed with extraordinary natural scenery. And that difference changes how you see it. It becomes a place to understand, not just to use. 8. Why most people never see this side. Most visitors never leave the coast. They are ensconced in the all-inclusive bubble, where every need is met and every view is curated. They don't see the history. The ruins of old sugar mills, the Camp de Esclaves memorials, the colonial archives. The layers. The way a single street can tell a century's worth of demographic and economic shifts. The contradictions. The gleaming financial district of Port Louis, just miles from informal settlements. The luxury yacht marina overlooking fishing villages. And that's the final shock. You can visit Mauritius and never really encounter Mauritius. You can have a wonderful holiday while remaining a tourist in a parallel, manufactured version of the island. Understanding this place requires curiosity, not comfort. It asks you to look past the lounger, to ask questions, to wander without an itinerary, and to embrace the complexity. Mauritius isn't just a paradise. It's a reminder. That beauty can come from difficult beginnings. That diversity doesn't have to divide. And that the most interesting places are never just what they seem. If this video made you pause or rethink a place you thought you understood, subscribe, because the world is far more complex and far more interesting than the postcards suggest. Thank you for watching.